Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors be unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barakatham to the hopefully elect. Just another quick video. The spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. As we're in the time of elections, people are predicting that pretty much all hell is going to break loose. They've been dispatching or deploying National Guard troops throughout certain cities. All right. So I just want to read this article real quick and prove a point. It says National Guard deployed across U.S. in case of post-election unrest, because either way, people know the vibration is out there. All hell is going to break loose. You got businesses pretty much closing up shop, boarding up windows and things of that nature. I've even encouraged individuals that I talk to, just to be on a safe side, just pretty much stay indoors for the next couple of nights, and we'll see. But nevertheless, the article here says National Guard troops have been pictured deploying in states across the U.S. as the race for the White House is in the final stretch. Ostensibly a precautionary measure, the citizen soldiers are deployed under the orders of state governors to help with election day issues such as filling in as poll workers in civilian clothing, supporting medical services, and lending cybersecurity expertise. Against the backdrop of a volatile summer of civil unrest, the specter of Antifa, the rise of militia groups, frequent clashes between Donald Trump and Joe Biden supporters, and even plots to kidnap governors, the Guard could also be called on to help local and state police deal with any post-election unrest. It says Philadelphia residents will likely be familiar with the Guard on their streets, as they were deployed to support police as the city has been running nights of civil unrest following the police shooting of Walter Wallace Jr. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker issued the order on Monday for 1,000 National Guardmen to be activated. Just jump on down. In a press release sent on Newsweek on Thursday, Evers' office said roughly 400 members of the state's National Guard would function as poll workers. Wisconsin has suffered a shortage of election workers, many of whom are senior citizens because of the COVID pandemic. As Wisconsin faces an urgent crisis with more than 200,000 positive cases of COVID-19 across the state, Evers said the help of the Guard will be needed to ensure that election day goes smoothly and that voters and election officials alike have the assistance they need. National Guard members in Kentucky are also expected to be utilized at polling places as support for election officials. In the event of civil unrest, Alabama's National Guard. All right, jumping down, it says in Texas, it was announced National Guard troops were expected to be sent to Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio before Election Day. All right, so, because just pretty much just getting to the point where, different cities, different places throughout America, they're, deploying National Guard troops in case of, in case of the event of civil unrest. And I'm just looking down here just to see if they have anything, any other places, because I heard here in Florida, they're, and this isn't confirmed yet, I just heard this, that they're deploying National Guard troops here in Florida. I saw something today about how New Yorkers are pretty much gearing up because something about with the polls, that the systems are down. People are trying to vote, but they're telling the people that the systems are down, and the people are not falling for it. There's long lines. People are standing in these long lines, waiting to vote and whatnot because, like I said, supposedly the systems are down, the machines are down, and the people aren't falling for it. So again, people are expecting civil unrest and pretty much all hell to break loose. So the deploying the National Guard troops throughout is the point I just wanted to get with this article. Different places. All right, we know Philly, like the article stated. All right, they're not unfamiliar. They've got troops out there, and as well as other places. All right, but the point I want to get in this video is that because some of the elders that I watch through the Spirit, they believe Esau Edom with this whole talk that's been about dark winter, dark winter, dark winter. We're entering dark winter. This is going to be the coldest winter, the harshest winter in modern history. All right, and like I was saying, the elders, they might, they believe through the Spirit that Esau Edom could possibly make his move during these cold winter, during this cold weather season. All right, it's very possible. So this is why through the Spirit they could be deploying the National Guard throughout. Just to pretty much already have them there. Because we know pursuant to Isaiah 59:19, where it says the flood. Let me get that real quick. Before I get the precepts that I got lined up, I'm gonna get this in Isaiah 59:19, because we know once this happens, Yahweh Bashim El Shai is going to lift up that standard. All right. Isaiah 59:19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood." And who is that enemy? The top enemy, Esau Edom. All right. It says, "When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him." Yeah, because these devils, according to pursuant to the second Esdras, I believe that's the 16th chapter, it talks about these people. All right, these devils, man, they're going to be like madmen, sparing none. All right, old women, children, they're not going to give two damns in the world, especially when it comes to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right, because the Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the anger, all right, his anger is going to be on these military troops, because again, best believe, man, when it really goes down, all right, these guys, these devils, man, they're going to be doing unspeakable things. All right, raping and robbing and just all manner of unspeakable acts. All right, and this is the siege that's about to seize the cities. All right, and because again, everyone's expecting all hell to break loose, and in return, all right, that's going to institute martial law, because like I said in that article, all right, you got governors, being threatened, all right, and that's pursuant to second Esdras, the 15th chapter. All right, people are going to, pretty much take matters into their own hands, and they're going to be kidnapping these governors and politicians and whatnot, holding them for ransom and things of that nature. All right. So from here, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 21. Just seeing where I can start. Outside of verse 4, Jeremiah 21:4, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, Behold, I will turn back the weapons of war that are in your hands, wherewith ye fight against the king of Babylon and against the Chaldeans, which besiege you without the walls, and I will assemble them into the midst of the city." Because again, ultimately, this is all the control of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, and because of sin, again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to execute judgment in a form. One of the form, all right, is going to be in the form of these troops, because throughout the year, with all these protests and things of that nature, all right, you see mostly most of these jakes protested and rioting and looting, destroying their own communities, and more so they're running up running these cops off the block, and pretty much attacking these local policemen, overthrowing these precincts. All right, but very, very soon, all right, and very, very soon, all right, the table's gonna flip, man. And time in and time out, I've been saying these things, and Jake, of course, they don't believe these things that happen. Jake thinks that they have the upper hand, and I keep using Jake because Jake is the message is to Jake more so, but they think that they have the upper hand. when you see these videos, Jake overthrowing these cops and running them off the neighborhood, running them off the block. Jake thinks they're winning, and Yahweh Shem Shai got these 2/3 right when they, right. He got them right where he wants them. All right, because very soon, all right, them troops, man, these military troops, man, when it's all said and done, they're not gonna be playing game with the 2/3 Jakes. All right, they're not gonna have any pity. And again, that's all the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, because ultimately it's gonna be His wrath. All right. So reading on verse 5, it says, "And I myself will fight against you with an outstretched hand and with a strong arm, even in anger and in fury and in great wrath." So you see, because ultimately it's Yahweh Shem Shai, His spirit is going to be on these different martial law troops and soldiers. All right, you're going to be seeing things that you've never seen before, man. All right, women and children are going to be getting raped left and right, torn to pieces. All right, and again, that's the fury of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Because ultimately it's Yahweh Shem Shai. He has a beef right now with 2/3 Jakes. All right. Verse 6, it says, "And I will smite the inhabitants of this city, both man and beast. They shall die of a great pestilence. And afterwards saith Yahweh, I will deliver Zedekiah king of Judah and his servants and the people and such as are left in this city from the pestilence, from the sword, and from the famine, into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, and into the hand of their enemies." So ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be the one to give Jake up. All right, he's going to be the one to turn Jake over. All right, and give them over to the hand of the enemy. It says, "Into the hand of those that seek their life." Yeah, because it's a known fact. Esau, Edom, man, they that perpetual hatred. They don't give a damn about us. All right. So how much more when they get the okay to do so? How much more then? All right. It says, "And he shall smite them with the edge of the sword, and shall not spare them, neither have pity nor have mercy." So again, because when these different martial law troops, all right, Jake thinking, they're going to be able to play these games that they've been doing with the local authorities and whatnot. These troops, man, they're going to be in a whole different level, a whole different ball game. All right, they're going to be bringing out weapons and things that we've never seen before. All right, because that's for one, that's His blessing, the sword. All right, modern day gun and killing instruments. All right, they've got stuff we've never seen before. And this is why and this is common sense, but nevertheless, the apostles and elders, they talked about, because that's something that we shouldn't be doing in the first place. Protesting and rioting and looting. That's that's something that we shouldn't be indulging in. Like I said, I've been encouraging others to, well, for one, not go out there, not to protest and things of that nature, but two, seeing how these elections play out, pretty much stay indoors for the next couple of days, because we don't know how this thing is going to play out, and we're anticipating all hell to break loose. But nevertheless, I'm gonna jump down to verse 9. He that abideth in this city shall die by the sword, and by famine, and by the pestilence. And he that goeth out and falleth to the Chaldeans that besiege you, he shall live, and his life shall be unto him for a prey. So, but basically the point I want to get is how, because again, they're stationing out military troops, National Guards throughout America. All right, and slowly, they're gonna, it's pretty much the siege. All right, they're slowly but surely they're gonna start, besieging America, and slowly they're gonna start cutting this place off. All right, and eventually, it's going to be a bloodbath. All right, they're gonna cut us off from supplies and things of that nature. Different cities, they're gonna be shut off. Nothing coming in, nothing coming out. All right, this is the siege. That's slowly but surely is going to start engulfing the America. All right, America very soon is going to be cut off completely. All right. And this is the flood that I just read in Isaiah 59:19. This is the flood. The enemy that's about to come in. So I want to read Psalms 124. I'm gonna read the whole chapter. It's a short chapter. Psalms 124, starting at the top. "If it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, when men rose up against us, Then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. And ultimately, that's the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right? Because when them troops come in, man, and it's all said and done, they're not going to spare anyone or anything unless you have that protection from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, like I said in the first verse, all right, if it wasn't for Yahweh being on our side, man, these devils they would completely consume us, completely. All right, you know, Jake still talking about bearing up arms and things of that nature. Look, man, Esau Edom again. His blessing was a sword. You're not gonna physically match Esau on that level because he's got tanks, man, and choppers. They can launch a drone from Washington D.C., man, and you know all the way to Chicago, pinpoint and you know take you out, man. Esau's got these things, man. That stuff that we've never seen before, and we on that level, dealing with carnality and buying up guns and things of that nature. We can't match Esau. All right, this is why our fight is spiritual. The scriptures talk about our fight being spiritual. All right, and like I said, pursuant to Isaiah 59:19, you know things are gonna get so bad, man, because we can't match that carnality with Esau. This is why Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to lift up that standard, and certain brothers are going to be getting spiritual powers and things of that nature. All right, because we can't match him. And on another note, we want him to you know bring the siege. You know, we want him to come in like a flood. So you know, so we can't get that spiritual power. But nevertheless, verse 4 says, when the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. And who's those the waters referring to here is that again, that same flood dealing with pursuant to Isaiah 59:19. You know, Esau, Edom, and you know, dealing with them troops, all right, when that enemy comes in. All right. It says, then the proud waters, so you see the proud waters, and who's the ultimate proudest being on this earth? Esau, Edom, all right? They exalt themselves as the eagle, all right? You know, if you know the characteristics of an eagle, so it's a proudful animal, all right? It soars on high, looks down low, all right? It says, blessed be Yahweh who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of Yahweh who made heaven and earth. You know, and that cuts these other Israelite camps that talk about how the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushai aren't important. All right, because it's going to be through the name, using the name of Yahweh Shai. All right, we're going to be protected. We're going to be all right. We're going to be safe because again, you know, when these devils come in, man, and it's all said and done, if it wasn't for the protection of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we'd all be done. You know, there's no escaping this. All right, but nevertheless, these waters, all right, these proud waters, this flood, all right, the siege is pretty much being geared up. You know, that sword is being sharpened. All right, you know, because like I said, you know, very soon, man, these troops, all right, they're gonna be just gunning Jake down, just killing Jake. It's not gonna be no more, you know, picking up rocks and trash cans and throwing them out. No, man, these troops, man, they're just gonna be killing Jake without a care in the world. And again, ultimately, that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the anger of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that's gonna be on these devils, man, these troops. All right. But the point being, you know, because like I said, you know, they're deploying the troops throughout America, you know, and I just couldn't help but to think. Because like I said, you know, certain elders, some of the elders, you know, they believe that Esau Edom might make his move, you know, and, you know, Esau Edom, you know, they're planning things out, you know, because they're very strategic, you know, and I mean, and, you know, like I said, you know, I agree, you know, some of the elders, you know, I totally agree, you know, just seeing how these devils move and you know, seeing how prophecy is moving, you know, they could very well make their move, you know, in these winter months, you know, in these during this cold weather, you know, the troops are already be there, you know, because I quoted it, I'll go ahead and get it. But this siege, man, the siege is being set, the stage is being set, man, you know, and Esau Edom, you know, slowly but surely they're going to continue to you know, tighten the screws on the society, you know, and eventually, you know, people are going to crack, people are going to break, man. All right, and this is when they're going to institute martial law. All right. You know, you've got Israelite camps that think that, that don't believe in martial law. The scriptures don't talk about martial law. What is very well in the scriptures. All right. Just get to the point. 2 Ezra 16, verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." Again, who is that? Who is this multitude? Is going into, it all ties into the flood. All right, these waters, these military troops. All right. They already have a disdain for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. We're already at the bottom of the barrel. All right, we're the proverb and the byword. These curses are on us, man. That's what Jake doesn't understand. Everyone already hates us as it is. So, like I said, how much more when they pretty much get the green light to pretty much act out their hatred, It says, "And they shall take away certain of you and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols." Jumping down, verse 70 says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." All right, because again, we know and understand, these troops, man, they're gonna be kicking doors in, man, and rounding Jakes up, rounding families up, separating families, hauling them off to concentration camps and things of that nature. Which that's another thing. All right, concentration camps, they're not coming, they're already here. All right, when you see a lot of these plazas being shut down, all right, again, the stage is being set. All right. If you don't know how America, all right, Babylon the Great is broken up into pretty much 10 FEMA zones. All right. And, wherever you're at, you're going to be hauled off to, or you could possibly be hauled off to one of these concentration camps. And reading on to verse 71, it says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." All right. So, again, because these devils, man, they're not going to have a care in the world, whether women with children, carrying children, a woman that's pregnant, they're not going to care. All right, a disabled veteran, old mom, pop, they're not going to give two shits in the world about anyone. They're not going to have any pity, nor any mercy. All right, and again, that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the anger, the wrath he's going to put on these different martial law troops and things of that nature. All right, but like I was saying, because they could very well make their moves within the next few weeks, within the next few months. That they already had the military in place. And just to continue to see how things play out. But this is why we pray and hope that we're of the hopeful elect. All right, because again, in that time, all right, the elect, man, they're gonna be all right. So just something to think about, something I was thinking about, hopefully it was edifying. And with that, I'm going to give, once again, all credit to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors be unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.